Hey, Stampin' friends, welcome to the Joyous Stamp with Rachel. I'm Rachel Coon, and today is our Fun Fold Friday. Today I'm doing a little farewell to some of the colors that will be retiring and showing off some dies. Some of my favorite dies that are also retiring May 1st. Go and hold my flip and we'll get started. All right, let me just pull this up real quick and make sure you guys can see it. Welcome, welcome. I love to hear from you with seeing your comments. Feel free to comment on the live today or after the replay or even on YouTube. You have up until midnight tonight, and one lucky person who comments, I will be sending the card that I make in the video today to them. Let me go ahead and show you this card, and then we'll talk about it just a little bit, and then let's get stamping. So I made a Happy Mother's Day card. First, tulips are by far one of my favoriteest flowers ever. And it makes me super sad that these dies that create these flowers are retiring. But it makes me really happy that they are super duper reduced. I think they're originally like $32, $34, and they're now down to $14 for just these dies. So hopefully you guys can sneak on over to my online store, add it to your shopping cart, and add them before they're gone or before they retire. All right, so let me show you this card a little bit more. It is a peekaboo card. So we have this cute little circle here, and we open it up to reveal this awesome, sorry if I close it, there we go, this little pull out here for our peekaboo. How fun is that? I am just in love with this layout, which could be used with multiple things. This was just my favorite one for the day. And a quick little ode to some of our retiring colors as well. This stamp set, Flowering Tulips, is the one that coordinates with these dies. However, I feel like the stamp set is already gone. I went to look for it the other day and could not find it. So I believe it is already sold out. The only thing I used from it was the Happy Mother's Day, though. I wanted to show off the dies more so because they are such a great deal. However, I really wanted to make Mother's Day cards. So whatever Happy Mother's Day greeting you have would work perfect as well. I'm going to open this up so you can kind of see these dies real quick. That's how I stored them in this one. These are our tulip dies that I use today that we are going to make our tulips with, and our stem right there as well. All right, let's go ahead and set this aside, and we'll get all of our pieces out, and we'll just chat a little bit about it all. First is our card base here. And I already did the prep work for this, but so I'll walk you through it. I'm using the Mint Macaroon, which is a retiring color as well. And this Country Gingham is my choice of DSP. Let me go ahead. I have a score line here. Let me go ahead and start getting that going. What I did was I kept it flat, and I grabbed my Country Gingham and I attached it to my card base with having glue only going around the edges. Why? Because you needed to die cut out this center, and we need them to be separate. So I was able to die cut this out at the same time. Gives me my two circles. These are my circles I'm going to be using on the other part of the card as well. So that's important to know. We'll set that aside. You're going to have a piece of Very Vanilla. This is the one I use. I am all out of basic white. So if you only have basic white, that would totally work as well. Just a lighter color that could be written on. I have it scored at 2 locations. All the measurements for this card is over on my blog. So if you want to have those handy, be sure to visit my blog. So there's 2 score lines. I went ahead and went over one. Then you go over the second one by folding it back. So it's going to be the part that we're going to pull open like a tab here. So that's how we're going to have our score lines. Those ones are ready to go. Next, let's go ahead and do our stamping real quick. I have the die cut, the Mint Macaroon. It's called the Something Fancy dies. Those are not retiring. Those are carrying over. Here's my ink. We'll go ahead and open that up, and we'll stamp our happy birthday. Or happy birthday. Happy Mother's Day. Before you know it, Mother's Day will be here. It is on the 14th of May this year, which is always the second Sunday of May, which just happens to also be my 20th wedding anniversary. I know, I didn't plan that very well, huh? If I only would have known. No, that's okay. I don't mind sharing my day with my husband. So there's our Happy Mother's Day. We put our ink away. And let's grab our tulip pieces now. So I've die cut out in the Blushing Bride retiring color, and I've die cut out the So Saffron, also retiring color here. Usually I like to use glue dots to attach these, but we're going to just use some liquid glue today. And then I have a Very Vanilla circle that I've cut out, and we can just attach to our mint macaron in here in just a minute. I also have die cut in the Pear Piaz some stems that we will use. These are also a retiring color. So let's see, 1, 2, 3 of our colors, 4 of our colors I'm using today are all retiring. So if you love these soft pastels, I highly recommend you getting them before they are gone. All right, let's make some tulips. So on our die cut, you'll see a score line, and then you'll see some light embossing. All we have to do is fold in on those score lines to create that tulip shape. Use your bone folder if you need a little bit more added help. Then we have the insert of our tulip here, which I'm going to put just a little bit of liquid glue in a V shape. And then I'm going to attach this part here. Actually, I lied. I need to actually attach the center of our tulip first. So that will go right there. Then we could add some more liquid glue to this part. There we go. Okay, lastly, we need to put some glue on our tulip inside parts here. The tricky part is knowing where to place the glue because it's not going to cover up the whole part. So I just put them on the top and close that one, close this one. I feel like this side might need a little bit more. Put some right there. And I'm going to grab something hard. We'll use that block and just let it sit on top of there to let it dry. We'll move over to our So Saffron one. This one's a little bit different. You can see has only one spot to close on the score. However, we do need to add our cute little center petal as well. Put that right there. And then we'll put a little bit of glue on that closest to the inner side and close it up. Just like that. I could add a little bit more glue now here, knowing where it's going to lay. So you can get that piece to go down as well. Cute, cute. And pinch it like that to hold it. We'll sneak it underneath here with our other tulip too. Okay. Next, we'll need our Very Vanilla circle. We're going to attach our tulips with some dimensionals. We'll grab those. And we'll put them on the back of our tulips. You can play with it first so you know what type of positioning you want it to be. Our main goal is to have it within this circle. I had mine going a little bit over, which is totally fine. But if you want it to show better in our peekaboo, you can have it mostly on the card. And you can have them overlapping. So I'm going to have this one actually overlap a little bit more on this one than I did on the last one. Oh, remove the back end of the dimensional. There we go. And then for our little stems here, we only need a little bit of liquid glue. And these are just tiny. In fact, you could get away with using just one stem and cutting it in half. But we'll use both, and then I'll trim it down. So I'm going to have one going right here, crossing, and then this guy right here, and he'll cross over. Take your paper snips and cut them off about an inch from where they cross. There we go. Looking cute. Cute little tulips there. Go ahead and flip it over, add a little bit of liquid glue to the back. Let's attach it now to our mint macaroon. There we go. Looking nice. Now we grab our card base back in, and we are going to add our Very Vanilla. It's up to you what adhesive you want to use for this. I usually like to use a Stampin' Seal Plus, and I'll go one in each corner, one in the center, and on all the corners. Just a little tiny bit, like half an inch worth. This makes it last longer, and that stick is just fine. You do want to make sure we don't put any adhesive on our score line pieces. Okay, line this up. So it has borders on all 4 sides. Looks pretty good. Next, we need to grab our pencil, which of course I have missing. There we go. Found it. Okay, here's my pencil. I'm just going to trace this a little bit here and trace this a little bit there. Okay. Now it's ready for me to attach my flowers to. I'm going to put some liquid glue inside that circle here. I'm going to go ahead and line it up like so. We only need glue on that one side. Let's see how it's looking. Looks good. It fits nicely. And then the second circle, or the pencil line I have there, is for our inside circle of our DSP. So just a little bit of liquid glue. We'll line it up. So that way this also lines up nicely there, but it has that cute little cover of our tulips. Perfect. All right, lastly for this, we just need to do some embellishing and attach our label. So let's grab some dimensionals for the back of that guy. He's smaller, so I'm going to just cut off the outside of my dimensionals here or use some mini dimensionals. Remove the backings. I want it below my flowers about 1/2 inch. And in the center, just like so. Cute. And then lastly, we need to attach our linen thread bow. I've already made a bow. He's kind of crazy. We'll play with him a little bit. And I have literally misplaced my glue dots. I have no idea where they are. So I'm just using these ones I've gotten from like a paper pumpkin kit, which work fine. They're not my most favorite, but all you have to do is peel it off. And then we need to put it on where our stems are gathering. Remove the backing and then attach it that way. There we go. Super cute. Happy Mother's Day. Oh, I love this one so much. And I love those colors. I'm so sad that those are going. But I'm glad I get to play with them a little bit and share them with you at least one last time. All right, you guys, I hope you've had a fun time learning this fun peekaboo window tulip card for Mother's Day. And hopefully you give it a try. Have a great weekend and happy stamping, everyone. Goodbye.